Ciao, come stai?
Ich hab mir gerade in die Hose gemacht.
I spent way too long adding way too much to my beats. I added too many layers to my melodies and I used way too many drum sounds. But when I realized I could get more out of doing less, everything changed. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make placement ready hood trap beats that hit hard for artists like Simba La Rue and Sosa La Rue.
Mischio vodka, Red Bull Powerade. Mi devono abbattere come le Twin Tower. Mezzo milli senza lauree. Mi sento Jeffrey Dahmer, una vittima tra le mie mani. Sei solo un personaggio, andresti bene.
Now listen, the first piece of advice I have for you is to invest into some decent VSTs and banks, because you'll be able to create really full and textured melodies without having to do too much in your piano roll. Let me show you what I mean. All right, I want this beat to be quite high energy, so let's go up to like 153 BPM. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load up a new VST I just copped called Luma. No, this isn't sponsored or anything like that. I just really fuck with this VST. Like, it's got some crazy presets. This little button here just randomizes everything, so I'm just gonna click this a few times. Alright, let's head into our piano roll. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go to view, scale highlighting, we're gonna go for minor natural, and we're gonna go for A sharp minor. Oh, that's pretty nice. And just copy it over. I can just lay some deep notes here to give it that dark vibe like this. Copy this over with Control B, just raise this up a semitone. Yes, this little upper semitone thing is played out, but it's just instant darkness. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just try adding some more notes to just beef this up a bit. And then we can go. Like this. Now I know what you're probably thinking, this ain't anything special, but just let me cook, man. Let's randomize this a bit. Let's drop like some fat nasty bass line here. And then the scarpa semitone here. You know what you call that? You call that filth, mate. Why'd I go Australian? Essentially what we're trying to do is get the most out of this melody by doing the least amount in the piano roll. So you don't have to keep trying to think of all these complex note structures. You can just flip the shit out of the basic chords that you have. So let's try consolidating this pattern out. You know what? Let's just do some crazy stretch like this. Oh yeah, I prefer that. Alright, now I want to lay a bass down line. I want to lay a bass line down, but before that, let's use an EQ to get rid of the lows so that the bass line can occupy this space. So let's just go into Imperium 2. Let's go into Centurion because I like the basses in there. Let's grab one of these Reeses. Now, if I'm honest with you, if we really want it to be lazy, this would genuinely be enough for a melody. Let's just grab a random perk loop. But I do not feel like being lazy right now. I think this melody could be a lot better. Let's open up a BBC Symphony Orchestra. Let's go for the violins one, and let's just follow the melodic scheme of this first layer. Copy this over and we can try going up a semitone with this and this one. That sounds evil as fuck, and all we have is the most basic triad and this pattern that we flipped. Send these strings to a mixer track with Control L, and I'm just gonna EQ them. Apply a fruity stereo enhancer. Set them to the strings preset so they're a bit wider. Let's drop the bass a little bit. Now I think another layer of low end would be good just to add some variation to the beat. So I'm going to go into Metropolis Arc 4 and I'm going to grab the Brass Orchestra Multi. Alternatively, you could just grab a one-shot kit that has a brass sound effect in it. Like, I don't think anyone's really going to tell the difference. And I'm just going to have it be here and it's just going to hit at the bass notes, but in a way where it's like a siren. Like this. Let's pitch up. Then we can duplicate it, make this unique, drop them down so they sound nice and farty. You feel? One pitfall I see a lot of producers fall into is that they don't want to use accents or phrases. They want to just make everything from scratch themselves. Listen, the listener does not care if you used an accent or a phrase. If it makes the melody better, that is the only thing that matters. So we're going to go into Loop Legends Flail Sync multi-kit. Let's go into the melody phrases. That's nasty. Let's see if we can do something with this. So let's try going like this. I think this can work, but it's just too many things are competing for attention. Let's get rid of the low end. Let's also make it pan. And let's solo one thing at a time. We can drop these strings. Give a kickstart to the strings to give them some more rhythm. Maybe I'll get rid of them here. Let's see how it sounds. We can duplicate over, get rid of them here. Let's try playing with the pitch of this because I think I've added it enough. As you can hear, like the melody sounds so textured when really and truly we've got a horn, got some strings, got a bass, and we've got this pattern that we initially made, just time stretched. And we just found some kind of lead to just round it off and give it some more personality. Once you're done with this video, run it back and try making your own melody, like following each step that I did. Obviously change up the patterns a little bit though and use different phrases. But I guarantee you, if you struggle with making melodies, the one that you make after watching this will be better than the ones you made before. Anyway, onto the drums. Right, now we want this beat to sound nice and crispy. So let's go into Imperium. Let's go into Legion, and in the mixer presets, let's drag on our master preset. Drop the volume down a bit. Just get rid of the low end. Since we want this to be a placement beat, I'm going to try and go very minimal with the sounds. If I do add a lot of sounds, my aim is to make sure it doesn't mess with the bounce or sound too busy. So let's start off with a stomp and a snare, and we're just going to do a simple hood trap bounce. So let's go into the piano roll. Let's Control B to copy this over. Then at the end here, let's just add a few more notes to make like a snare roll. Let's hit Control U to slice this up, and let's just go like this. Then let's just Control B this over again. Let's just get rid of that one note on the end. Now what I'm going to do is select this box, Control C and Control V it into this stomp, but we're going to get rid of these. We're going to get rid of some of these notes, like. And we can just copy this over like this, just so the bounce is more predictable. Now I'm going to my drum fills. We're going to go into my perk enhancers. I'm going to use this. But then we're also going to go into the perks. Just going to go like this every 2 bars. This layering is what's going to enable our drums to smack. Now let's get snap. I really like this clipped one. We're just going to go. And we're just going to copy it over like this. Let's Control L to send these to a mixer track. And let's throw on some reverb real quick with a Valhalla. Just going to drop the mix right down. Let's pitch it down a bit. Now let's go into our 808s, the jerk section, standard. Let's just grab this enhanced jerk spins. I'm gonna do the envelope real quick, cut self, I'm gonna boost it a bit. Now I'm just gonna copy my snare pattern into my 808, but obviously get rid of these notes. I'm gonna pitch it to C sharp, which is what our melody's in. Control L to join these all up together, then we're gonna drop it down. But then we're gonna get rid of these notes. Actually, let's get rid of this too. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's extend this. Copy this over. Actually, let's shorten this when the click comes in. And now to follow the scheme of the melody, this is going to go up 1 semitone like we did with our bass line. Let's just chuck this in here. Actually, let me swap out this Vox. Now, in terms of the sounds, that is enough. The only thing that I'm going to change is I want to make this unique. Just to spice the beat up a bit, I'm just going to change out the 808. Right click on this pattern, split it by channel, drag all of these in. I'm going to do the same for this. But when it gets here, I'm going to get rid of the Vox. I'm going to get rid of this stomp just to give the chorus a bit more impact. Maybe I'll get rid of these. After the chorus, we can get rid of the sax. The reason I did this so the beat could kind of calm down a bit and then the tension will rise up. And then it goes back into the sax again for the chorus. Because if it goes on a bit for too long, the chorus won't really be as special. Now all you got to do is just add some effects. Like this. Let's pan this a little bit to the left. We'll have it come back into the chorus here. Then I'm going to a bridge here. It'll just be the snares. Then the stomp will come in. Let's have the melody just by itself. kind of build into the chorus.